Hello and welcome to The Talking Voice. I'm your host, The Heavy Hero. Today we have a special guest with us. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I would love to. Hello, everybody. I am Glowwalkathon. Thank you for having me here, The Heavy Hero.
You're welcome. Today we'll be discussing topics such as how much I love cake, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original, and NBA Jam.
Wonderful.
And we'll have a special surprise at the end. So, I like cake. But it has to be a good kind of cake. It has to have a very thick frosting, not the wussy, nasty, fluffy whipped cream frosting.
I almost disagree with you.
That's because you're wrong. Because that kind of stuff just doesn't have the good texture that actual frosting does. That's nice and sugary, and it rots your teeth out.
But if I just want to eat pure sugar, I'll eat pure sugar.
But it doesn't taste as good as frosting. It doesn't come nearly as close. And
this guy.
There's also the it's not funfetti. It's
Rainbow
chip.
Rainbow chip.
Rainbow chip frosting, often mistaken for as funfetti frosting, but not the same.
Not the same at all.
Rainbow chip is where it's at, especially when you don't even put it on a cake and you just get a spoon.
Maybe slather it on some Oreos.
Put it on my toast.
Can't say I've ever done that.
Me either, but now I want to. I think I'm going to have frosting toast some of these days.
Anyway, moving on.
Also, the idea of liking cake can also be used as a nice diversion, as when people are talking about things that are just awkward. You can just be like, oh, really? Well, I like cake. All kinds of cake. A round cake, double-decker cake. Not the one with the jam, though. I don't like that jam stuff in the middle of cake.
Really?
Yes, it's bothersome.
I've never really liked it either. I'm more of a Bavarian cream. If you're going to. If you're going to
have anything, you gotta go with the Dairy Queen, like, crunchy stuff.
It's
like it's like a Star Crunch in the middle of your cake. Definitely worth.
I'll agree with that.
I want to make a cake with Star Crunches in it now.
Me too.
Just layered in the middle of it.
That sounds really good.
That sounds really good.
Make that. Never mind.
I want frosting toast and Star Crunch cake. I want it all.
Those will be other podcasts.
I want it now. But
good song,
right? So, moving on. Next, we're going to discuss Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original one with Gene Wilder.
Such a good actor.
I love this movie. I dislike Charlie. I do not like that character. He is kind of an annoying child.
Why is he so annoying?
He makes fun of his mother's, like, cabbage soup thing and puts her down because she is making a nice meal on the meager money she makes doing laundry for who knows who, and she's making up some nice soup for all the relatives who are apparently incapable of leaving the one bed that they have in the center of their house.
Right.
And Charlie busts in and being like, I don't want none of your crappy cabbage water. I want this bread. And then you're just like, oh, his mom was slaving over the stove for
countless hours.
Yeah, I don't know how long it takes to make cabbage soup water. Probably not that long. And then again, it takes the soaking in of the cabbage so it falls apart and almost disintegrates.
True. I feel like, though, he was trying to help. Like, his mom, hold on. His mom wasn't making that much money at the laundry thing that she does. And, he had some extra money from his paper route. He thought he would bring home a side dish. And then he continues
his grandfather's habit of smoking, which is wrong. Wrong.
Smoking is bad. You shouldn't do that. It's terrible.
Thankfully, his grandfather was smart enough to be like, no, Charlie. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to get out of this bed on my own. Which he doesn't actually get out of the bed to do that with, thankfully, because that'd be diversion from the story, not necessary. I also think that Charlie has a very bad self-entitlement issue where he thinks he deserves the golden ticket more than anyone else. And his grandfather pushes this along.
Because he deserves it, because he wants it the most.
Right?
I'll agree with that.
That bothers me. His grandfather's like, you deserve it, Charlie, because you want it the most. And I think to myself, no, he doesn't. They all probably want it about the equal amount. Maybe there are a lot of more people who want it more because they have nothing to eat. Not even cabbage water. And they just want us to garbage on chocolate, which would be bad for their health anyway.
You talking about bad? Anyway, diversion.
That's right.
Diversion.
Me talking about bad health. Eating chocolate is not good for a stable, steady diet.
What is good for a stable, steady diet, Chris?
And then they drink the fizzy lifting drink, which is totally awesome, but I don't see why Willy Wonka gets so mad that they touch the ceiling. I feel like...
I never really understood that either. Maybe it's like because he never cleaned up there and he doesn't know what's up there.
He's probably violating multiple health codes with the shoes inside of the liquid that he throws in there and the whole sweater.
I feel like everything there...
Because it was cold, get it? It was funny.
Funny. I would really want to see, like, what you would have to sign, like, a waiver to see, like, what kind of health hazards there would be at the chocolate factory of weird.
Right. But... that I don't think Charlie was the right kid. Plus, Willy Wonka, I think, might have killed a couple children in that. He admitted that he didn't know whether or not the furnace was on for the lady who fell through, and I'm guessing it was on. He just didn't want to say so on camera.
Oh, and the blueberry press?
Right. And she totally got squished to death. And
that was a he.
Was it?
Was it? I think
no,
it was
that
big
the
fat
girl.
guy. No, it was the fat dude.
Augustus got sucked up the tube! He's drinking the chocolate. Augustus, save room for later!
You're right. She was like, "Oh, this is like a 3."
And then he tries to use that as a right. Then he tries to use that as an excuse for explaining what bullets do, like how bullets are fired because of an immense amount of pressure building. That's not how bullets work. Not at all. There's gunpowder and lots of other stuff going on.
Just like a little poke of
right. I mean,
explosion.
It's not like a fat kid stuck in a tube with chocolate pushing him all the way through.
That's not how bullets work, kids.
That's
not.
Now you know.
And no one gets half the battle.
So, NBA Jam.
I went there.
I know you did. I just didn't want to indulge you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So, NBA Jam. The original was great.
Really good game.
But sadly, not everyone has a Super Nintendo, including myself. Don't sigh heavily.
My bad.
Buy your own.
Okay.
But they remade it for the PS3, which was so nice of them. And then they added people like the Beastie Boys to play, and Santa Claus and elves.
So good.
Which is fun to play against. Santa Claus makes very strange faces when you have big head on, and he does a slam dunk.
It's really cool.
Yeah, his tongue sort of hangs out. Ooh,
and the elf, even though he's like...
Wrap it up soon.
Oh, do we?
We're reaching our limit.
What?
I know, we're getting good at this. So, to tie it all up, and by I mean we, not including you, not here, have made Mountain Dew pancakes.
Mountain Dew pancakes.
Sadly, they're really not that different.
They're a little bit sweeter than pancakes.
They don't even have a green tint. I was really let down by this one, but to make up for their lack of green tint, I'm going to pour Mountain Dew on my pancakes. No, don't you dare.
Hold it up.
Don't
so
you
that
touch my pancakes.
I want them to see it. I would eat that. The fizz. Oh, you're spilling it everywhere.
That's all we have time for today. You hold this so I can click the button.
Hold on. Join us next time on The Talking Voice.
Yup.